Today I'm going to show you how to create a shopping cart using PHP and MySQL. This video tutorial is based on my tutorial found here on my website. We are going to achieve the following output. We have the products page where we can see the list of products with the product images, product name, price, and update cart and add to cart buttons. And we also have the pagination of products. We have the cart page, and on the menu link it will show the number of products added to cart. On the cart page we have the update cart functionality where we can update the quantity of the order, and we also have the delete button. When we use this, the product will be removed from the cart. Let's try to add to cart here. And as you can see, it can compute the subtotal and the grand total of the order. And we also have a product page where it will display the product details, the thumbnails, the large version of the image, and the cart buttons. We also have this proceed to checkout button. Once clicked, it will show you the summary of your order, and then when we click the place order button, it will show a thank you page, and it will remove the products added to cart so that the user can continue shopping. I'm using Champ as my local server, and I decided to put the source code in this directory. We are using phpMyAdmin to manage our database. We're going to create a database now. PHP Shopping Cart is the name of our database. And now we are going to create a products table. This SQL statement was copied from my website, and you can do the same. Here's our products table. We have the following fields, and this table will hold our products records. The next database table that we're going to create is the product images table. Here's our product images table and its fields. This table will hold the images related to a product. And then the next table that we're going to create is the cart items table. This table will hold the cart items of our user. For example, they click add to cart for a product, the data will be saved in this cart items table. The products and product images tables will not work without sample data. You can download the sample data on our website, and here's what it looks like. We have an SQL file with products records, and images folder with images that we will use on our shopping cart. On our directory, we will create a PHP Shopping Cart folder. And inside this folder, we will create a config folder. Inside the config folder, we will create a database.php file. We will use the SQL file that we downloaded earlier. Let's open it and copy. Go to phpMyAdmin. As you will see, we have no records of products, but when we run the SQL file, go to browse, we now have sample data both in the products table and product images table. We will copy the images folder on our project directory so that they will be accessible. We will now use a code editor like Visual Studio Code. Let's open our PHP Shopping Cart folder. Here we will see our database.php file, and we can also create different files that we need for our program. Open the database.php file and put the following code. As you may have noticed, I'm copying the code from our website and paste it here. I do it because I do not want to make a very long video tutorial. But if you're a beginner, I highly suggest you type some of the code because it will improve your programming skills. This code will enable us to connect to our MySQL database. I specified my database credentials here. We are about to create the layout files. Layout files contain reusable code that we can use on each of our web pages. This will help us have consistent user interface. Create layout_head.php file and we will use the following code. On this code, we have some PHP code inside the title tag because we want a dynamic page title. We're also using Bootstrap to make our user interface look good. And we also have some custom CSS. For the footer, create layout_foot.php file. And we will use the following code. These script tags are needed by Bootstrap to function. Create navigation.php file. And we're going to use this code. The navigation bar will contain links to the list of products and cart items. Create the libs folder, and inside it create CSS folder. Inside the CSS folder, create custom.css file. And we're going to use the following code inside. Custom CSS are needed to make our web page look better and user-friendly. Now, we're going to start displaying products from the database. Create products.php file. And we're gonna use this code. This is one of the instances where we use our layout files. And at the top, we specify our page title. Put this code after the opening PHP tag. This code will enable us to connect to the database, and then this one will enable us to do database operations on specific tables. We're going to create the object files. We have 3 objects: products, product images, and cart items. Create objects folder, and inside it, create product.php file. We're going to use this code. This file will handle our queries on the products table. Create product image.php file inside the objects folder. And we're going to use this code. This file will handle our queries on the product images table. Create cart item.php file inside the objects folder. And we're going to use this code. This file will handle our queries on the cart items table. Open products.php file, and we're going to use this code in this part. This code will request a database connection and initialize the objects that we created earlier. We're going to initialize some variables using the following code. We're going to put it here. The action variable will be used later to display custom prompt messages such as added to cart or removed from cart. And the pagination variables will be used to control the pagination of products list. Next, this code will display the list of products from the database. If there are no products, it will display a no products found message. We are using the read and the count methods of product object, but they do not exist yet. So let's open objects product.php file, and let's put the following read method here. This code contains the actual query to retrieve the list of products from the database. Next, we will add the count method. This code contains query to count the total number of products in the database. It will be used for pagination, as we see here. Let's create a template to display the products. Create this file, read underscore products underscore template.php file, and then we're going to use the following code. In this code, we loop through the list of products retrieved from the database so we can display them. On each loop of the product, we have a query to read and display a product image. We will also display the product's name, price, and the add to cart button here. If the item exists in our cart, we'll display an update cart button instead. We used the read first method of the product image object, but it does not exist yet. Let's open the objects folder and product underscore images.php file. We're gonna use the following code. This code will read the first product image of a specific product. We used the exists method of the cart items object, but it does not exist yet. Let's open the objects folder and cart items file. We will add the following code. This code will check if an item is already added to the cart or not. If we have a lot of products, it is ideal to paginate the product list so our web page will not be very long. The web page will also load faster, which is great for the user experience. Let's create paging.php file. And we're going to use this code. This code will display the pagination buttons. It will have the first page button and then the page numbers here and then the last page button. I tried to run our products.php file and it showed me an error. It says that the names of my object files are incorrect. So let's try to fix it. Open objects folder and rename cart items to cart item. Let's just remove the S here. We'll also remove the letter S in product images, so it will become product image.php file. Let's try to run it again. And now it shows me some broken images. Let's try to see if the source is correct. It says that the images should be inside the uploads folder. Currently, I have no uploads folder, so let's create one. And then let's put the images folder inside the uploads folder. Let's see if that worked. Okay, so it should work now. If you encountered the same issues, I hope the fixes that I showed you is helpful. As of now, this is our output. we have the navigation bar with links. We have the list of products. On each product, we have an image, the name of the product, the price, and an add to cart button. We also have the pagination of products. We will display the number of products the user has added to his cart. Open navigation file, navigation.php file, and on this part, we will replace this code with this. This code uses the count method of cart item object to count the user's product in his cart. The count method of the cart items object does not exist yet. Open objects folder and open cart item.php. We're gonna add the following code. This code queries the database for the number of products a specific user has added to his cart. If we run the page with our changes, this is what it looks like. And there is an issue that we can fix. We can fix it this way. Open navigation.php file, and we will remove the unnecessary a tag. Currently, our add to cart button is not yet working. We're gonna do it next so we can see the 0 become 1 or become 2 as we added items to the cart. Let's make the add to cart button work. Create add to cart.php file. And we're going to use the following code. Our add to cart buttons are linked to this file. There's one parameter in the link, which is the product ID. And the default quantity is 1. If the product exists in the cart, the user will be redirected to a page with a message saying the product already exists in the cart. Else, the system will create a cart item record and redirect to a page where it says the product was added to cart. We used the create method of the cart item object, but it does not exist yet. Open objects folder and then open cart item.php file. We're going to add this code. This code contains a database query that will insert or add the product as a cart item. We will now create the cart page. Create cart.php file and put the following code. This page will list the products the user has added to the cart. We will display messages on the cart based on a given action. Put the following code on this part of cart.php file. We have messages if the product was removed from cart, the quantity was updated, the product already exists in the cart, and so on. We will now display the contents of the cart. Let's use this code on this part. This code will show the product name, the update quantity input box and button, the delete from cart button, and also the price, and then the total amount of products added to cart. If there are no products added to cart yet, it will display no products found in your cart message. We are using the read method of the cart item object, but it does not exist yet. Let's open the objects folder and then open the cart item.php file. And then we're going to add the following code. This code will request the list of items added to the cart by a specific user. It is using a MySQL left join keyword, so we can get the product information such as the name and price. I tried to run our code on the browser. It is currently able to add to cart, but I have encountered some issues. For example, we click add to cart for this product. It shows I not found error. Let's try to fix this. First, we need to go to the add to cart.php file, and then let's make this cart.php, and then let's go to the cart.php file and let's add another condition. Let's put this added. Product was added to cart. Okay, so it redirected to the correct page and the message was shown. And also, as you can see, our cart page is already working. It lists all the product added to cart, and it shows the product name, the price, and the total cost of the product. We will update the product quantity with the help of JavaScript. We have the update button on cart.php file, and when this button was clicked, it will trigger the following JavaScript code. Open layoutfoot.php file, and we're going to add the following code. So let's put a script. A script tag since it is JavaScript. This code will get the product ID and the quantity entered by the user. It will pass those parameters using a redirect to the update quantity.php file. Create update quantity.php file. And we're going to use the following code. This code will update the product quantity in the database, and it will use the values of product ID, quantity, and also the user ID. It will redirect to cart.php to show a success or failure message. The update method of the cart item object does not exist yet. Let's open the objects folder and cart item.php file. We're going to add the following update method. This code contains the MySQL update query that will update the product quantity in the cart items table. In the cart.php file, we have the delete button. When this button was clicked, it will trigger the remove from cart.php file. This will remove a specific product from the cart. Create remove from cart.php file. And we're going to use the following code. This code uses the values of product ID and also the user ID to delete the product from the cart. Once deleted, the user will be redirected to the cart page with a confirmation message. The delete method does not exist yet in the cart item object. Open objects folder and then open the cart item.php file. We're going to add the following code. This code contains a delete MySQL query that will delete the product from the cart. Let's create the checkout page. The checkout page looks like the cart page, but the items cannot be updated or removed. It is just like a summary of orders with the amount presented to the customer. It will also act as a confirmation page before the customer places the order. Create checkout.php file. And we're gonna use the following code. You can pause the video so you can see the whole code. But in summary, this code will request data from the database, specifically the cart data. That's why we have this cart item object, and then it will loop through the records to display the products added to the cart. And we have some computations here so that it can display the total cost of the order. Next, we're going to create the place order.php file. We will use this file to show a thank you message and also to remove all items in the cart so the customer can start with a new cart. You can do a lot more with this file. For example, saving the order in your orders database. Unfortunately, we cannot cover that part in this tutorial for now. Put the following code. In this code, as I've said earlier, we will display a thank you message and also we delete the items in the cart. The delete by user method does not exist yet in the cart item object. Open objects folder and then open cart item.php file. Add the following code. This code contains a delete query that will delete all the products added to cart by a specific user. This is our output. Let's test the add to cart button. Let's add another product to cart. Okay, it's working. Let's try to remove a product from a cart. Let's try to add another product. Let's try to increase the quantity. It says quantity was updated, but it looks like the subtotal did not work. To fix it, let's go to cart.php, and on this part, let's put the subtotal variable instead of the price. We'll do the same on checkout.php file. Let's refresh. Okay, let's try to make it 1. It says 29.99, and then when we update cart to 2 items, it should be multiplied by 2. Okay, it's working now, and also the grand total is correct. Let's proceed to checkout. It will show the summary of the order. It will show the product name, how many items did we order, the subtotal, and the grand total. Let's click place order button. It will show the thank you page, and it will also clear the cart since the order has been sent. Let's create product.php file, and we're going to use the following code. Once we completed the code of this file, it will display the product details of a specific product. The read1 method of the product object does not exist yet. Let's open the objects folder and product.php file. We're going to add the following code. This code contains a select query that will read product details of a specific product. Let's go back to product.php file, and on this part, we're going to use this code. This code will display the product images as thumbnails. When a thumbnail was hovered, it will display a larger version of that image. The read by product ID method does not exist yet in the product image object. Let's open the objects folder and open the product image.php file. We're going to add the following code. This code contains a select query that will return the list of images of the product. Still in this product.php file, we're going to display a larger version of the product image using the following code. Let's put it here on this part. When the user hovers a thumbnail image, the larger version of the image must show up. We're going to use a JavaScript code to achieve this. Let's open layoutfoot.php file, and on this part, we're going to use this code. We will display the product price and description using the following code. Let's open product.php file, and on this part, we're going to use this code. We will display the add to cart button if the product is not yet added to the cart, else we will display the update cart button. On product.php file, on this part, we're going to use this code. Let's see if the product details page is working. For example, we click this product and it will show us the product name, the thumbnail images, the large image, and it will also display the product price and product description. We also have the update cart button if the product is already added to the cart, but if the product is not yet added to the cart, it will show the add to cart button. So far, our product details page is working.